See what I did there? Cleverly edited to show me driving up and just appearing, and there just happens to be a camera filming. So, yeah, age-old trick. It's like the B-roll people have when they go out hiking or walking somewhere, and they set the camera up, they run to one end of the screen, they casually walk across, looking around like this, as if there's no camera set up, and then they run back to it and press stop and edit it later. So tricks of the trade to make things more interesting, because I always just say, hey, I'm back at Elmley. So we're back at Elmley. Forecast was really bad for rain. So I saw there were like sections of the cloud missing, which I thought it'll rain, it'll stop, it'll rain, it'll stop. And it'll mean that a lot of people don't bother coming, because I've had this before, rainy days. It means a lot of things rest on things while there's rain pouring down, makes for some good videos, some good photos. And because of the fewer people here, it will mean more of the wildlife comes closer to the track because they aren't disturbed by the cars. And so far, I've had a really good time. I've been here about 15, 20 minutes, and swallows and sand martins everywhere. Got some sand martin on one of the cables, just resting in the rain and the wind. And then moved round to the just before the entrance, and there was a flock of goldfinch. So I just sat there for sort of 10 minutes filming them. So enjoy this footage. It's just nice, lovely to watch. I got some great close-up footage. It's just a pleasant thing to see them eating the seeds and flying around, and there's some juveniles in there. Enjoy. And just as I was about to pull off, a marsh harrier appeared to my left. I was already set for birds in flight, so I didn't bother risking losing it with changing to film. So I just fired away, snap, 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 as it took off and went round to the front of the car and off to the fields on the right. A little bit further down the track, just behind me, a couple of reed bunting. It looks like a male and a juvenile female, and it's the juvenile still calling for food. So I managed to get a little bit of footage of that. Then couple of looks like juvenile, might be an adult and a juvenile swallow, barn swallow, resting on a tree waiting out the rain. Apologies for the rain sound on the top of the car. I'm not going to be really able to edit that out, but it adds to the soundtrack if you see it and you hear it. So right now I am just watching dozens and dozens of swallow and sand martin fly around. Got blue skies over here, cloudy skies here. Oh, sorry, pull my midriff. And I think, yeah, we'll turn around and head back to the reserve. Sorry, it's a swallow just literally 3 feet in front of my face. So I hope I'm fitting myself in there. I need a little screen on the front. I don't know why isn't it iPhone or the phone manufacturers make a screen that's as good on the front and the back, so at least you can see you've framed yourself properly. A couple of times I've sort of sliced the top of my head off. Anyway, we're going to get back in and get back into the reserve. So how should I do this? Should I pretend to get in and drive off, or should I just take the camera? We'll take the camera and stop mucking around with the B-roll stuff, okay? I'd say for the most part, the weatherman's got this quite wrong. This is a glorious day. Yeah, as windy as they said, about 15 miles per hour. But yeah, I think we're going to have a really good day as long as the birds don't mind the wind too much. The car's giving me funny looks with the... All right, mate. So yeah, it's so far so good. I can hear lots of skylarks, so we'll try and get some video and footage of, videos and photos of those. And remember, via my last bit of video, to put the camera further back. So that was a bit funny. But all these little goofs just add to the flavour. So don't want anything perfect. Maybe at the end of the year I'll do a goof. What do they call it at the end of the film? They do a reel of the Miss. No, I've forgotten the name. Quick, think about it. Jackie Chan does it. I'm going to edit this, right? That's it. I've got it. The outtakes. Oh dear. Anyway, anything. Yeah, just back there, I did some more filming of juvenile barn swallows on the cables, and they were trying to keep their balance in the wind. I did see a hobby, and I was amazed how fast it was. I saw it hovering above me before the first thing I saw when I got here, out on the main road, and I whacked on the brakes, got out, turned the engine off, had the camera set for video, looked up, and I couldn't see it anywhere. So let's hope we get some hobby action over here. A lot of swifts, common swifts. That's either a little egret or cattle egret. So I thought there's been quite a lot of rain recently, and this all seems quite dry. I thought I might get here and there'd be big pools and puddles, because we've got a pond in the back garden which we've taken all the water out of. We were going to get rid of it because it's too hard to keep up. And my wife came in the other day and said, "Did you fill the pond up?" I said, "Never touched it," and it's full to the brim. The rain just filled it up. So why hasn't it happened out here? That would have brought in all the waders from the river. But anyway, I'm sure we'll have a good day. We've got 5.5 hours till 6 o'clock. I think that was a cattle egret. Anyway, we better go because I'm going to miss things. So it's hammering down as expected. What else have I seen on the way up here? Marsh harrier briefly. There'll be loads of those. Just took a bit of footage just to show what's going on. Buzzard having a preen, but the pea haze was bad. What else? Got a skylark on the path. I thought it was getting ready to have a dust bath, but it's just doing a bit of singing and picking bugs off the road. I've got to get better at my settings for this. I didn't have much of a choice, but I spotted the bittern. It was right in the ditch by the side of the track, looking straight at me. You could have mistaken it because it was doing that thing where the eyes are pointing that way and directly at me. And 200 millimeters, I was zoomed all the way back, and that means about 320 millimeters. And even then, I had to sort of like try my head back like this to get it. And he was getting flinchy as I was moving around in the cab. I was kind of scrunching down into my cab and adjusting the settings ready. And I did that annoying thing where I kind of pressed record when it was already recording, stopped when it was already stopped. So I missed some of the footage. I didn't really, and then I pressed record on the wrong setting. I was on a manual setting instead of one of my saved ones. So it didn't focus correctly, but it looked like a juvenile because it was relatively small and jumpy, but it flew off and landed in a ditch, probably a bit. I couldn't find it. I turned around and went back, but it was too far in. I wouldn't have seen it. It went down a bit, but so the Bitterns around. I can show you what I got. Now, I've checked the Home and Dry app, which shows you the cloud movement, shows you the gaps in the clouds. So there's just been reports of the 3 spotted redshank in adult breeding plumage, which I have never photographed or videoed before. I've got the ordinary plumage. I've got them in Faro in Portugal and here, some great flight shots, but never the dark breeding plumage. I can't wait. So looking at the app, it says about 2:20. There's a gap of about half an hour. So I've got my poncho and I've got my big umbrella, so not a problem, but I still don't want to be walking in the rain. If I can make it to the hide, and then I'll stay in the hide. It looks like about an hour of rain after that. So if I can make it to the hide while it's not raining, stay there, and then there's a gap, a window to get back. So let's see how good my timing is and how good that app is. So I'm going to do another run around the track. The juvenile marsh harriers are still about. Got one sitting on a tree here. Out of the rain, it was right by the side of the track when a car went by and it took off, and I saw the other one flying around. So the juveniles, even after these, a few weeks since they've fledged, they're still hanging around. The one slightly more orange head. Anything else to report? I didn't see any yellow wagtails, and lots of terns, but they'll be down at the hides feeding their chicks still. But anyway, no owls as of yet. I'm surprised actually. There's still quite a few people here. I think they've probably had the same idea I had, which was, well, it's raining, just go and sit in the car and you get what you get. It's better than sitting at home. Okay, we got a break in the clouds to do a bit of a catch up, and I'm just heading back to the car park because I'm going to try for that little window to get down to the hides to see the spotted redshank. Yeah, look at the cows. They've all come down to the side of the track. So yeah, so when I left the car park, I saw I was hoping to get them when I came back today, which was the chicks of the pheasants, but they've grown up. They're almost adult size now. So momentarily had a couple of shots of those on the path just outside of the tree line. Sorry, I've got a mini cab trying to get by me. Let him get by me. And yeah, you want to go? Go. Anyway, yeah, and came further down the track and there was a reed bunting feeding on the ground on the road. I'm not sure if it was a female or a juvenile male, but got a nice little bit of footage of that. I don't think I've ever had them feeding on the ground like that. Then a little bit further up in the rain, got an adult bittern flying this time. A couple of buzzards over there, bit too dark for me to bother. An adult bittern flew past in the rain. So I got whatever sort of half-baked footage I could of that. And then coming down, anything? Yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention, just before I left the car park, I saw there was a moorhen, I think it was a moorhen, feeding a chick. And then it occurred to me, that's not an adult, that's like a juvenile moorhen. Do they do that? The brothers, the older brothers and sisters take over the feeding? I don't know, somebody tell me. He was feeding the chick. Then just some juvenile pied wagtails having a bath in a little puddle that had formed in the road. Made my way down the track and went out onto the main road again. I was going to do a check for hobbies, and oyster catcher sitting on one of the opening time, sitting on the opening time post. I was hoping to get it. It landed on the Elmley sign. It was a shame because that would have made a great thumbnail for my YouTube. But yeah, so I took that. I thought I might be able to get myself in the cabin. It didn't happen. And as I came in, there was another adult bittern flying right at me as it was coming up on the WhatsApp group by James. So I didn't want to zoom in too far and then sort of lose it by the motion, the image stabilizer. So I kind of kept it a bit zoomed back, which I wish I hadn't done now. I wish I'd zoomed in a bit more because the light was just right. It was decently contrasty. It hadn't sort of the white background hadn't sort of made it disappear into a haze. Then it flew to the right of me and landed in some grass. So that's decent enough. I saw, I've seen 3 bitterns now. And yeah, and also after the other bittern, it was very quick. I never got a photograph. A stoat went across the track just briefly. It looked like a little bit of spaghetti. So yeah, where are we now? But we should get back to the car park because we're gonna have a small window to get down to that hide before the rain gets here again. It looks like a nice bit of clear sky, and it's going to be poncho and umbrella. We'll just briefly mention as well. Just after the bittern, I had this great footage of a marsh harrier just coming right at me. It just stayed in my line of sight, so I didn't have much trouble fighting the image stabilizer of the lens. So that was a beautiful shot. Just kept it turned once, but it was coming at me and filling the frame. I just thought I'll just film it until it sort of starts getting its wings clipped off by the edge of the frame. Lovely bit of footage. There are a few starting to appear now. The rain stopped. So anyway, let's get going. Red shanks, spotted red shanks in breeding plumage. Now this is the perfect wind to test the DJI. We're onboard recording as opposed to linking it to the phone. It's probably a good sort of 17 to 19 miles per hour. There are those clouds I'm trying to beat. They're coming, they're coming. I can't see the, usually when you see rain, you see that mist over the horizon of, anyway, the grasslands or factories, and it isn't there. So I can see it by the pylons. So I think we're okay. We're probably about 5-10 minutes from the heights. So we're gonna make it well. Let's have a spin around because I wanna just see if this microphone is performing adequately. Yeah, this turned out to be some good weather for catching these swifts. I've got a couple of pictures of swifts. There's one there. What happens is they've been coming in from the east and the wind has been slowing them right down enough that I could get them in the frame. So I've been trying to snap a few. Here's one now, I've missed that. Oh, no, it turned around. There's no point unless I can get closer. It's not the greatest. I need a bit more light. They're probably, the best time to get those is maybe a couple of hours before sunset when the sun is low and they bank and you get the top side of their body with all the detail. Otherwise it's just a black bird on a white background most of the time. So yeah, this is the, nothing much happens. I mean, these reeds on my left have historically been good for Reedlings, bearded tits. But when it's windy, forget it. I've had all my, when I got them as a lifer, I got them here. After hearing about them at Orr and Rainham, I never got them there. I got them here. And I don't think I have any footage of Reedlings, so that'll be my next thing, is to get some footage. Okay, these swifts are starting to show, but I've got to beat that cloud. Didn't happen, did it? No spotted redshank. Again. Well, I wanted to come down here and see what was going on anyway, because it was said there were lots and lots of action, as you can see. I put up all the video. There were some swift there. Lots of black-tailed godwits in their summer plumage. Beautiful when they're like that. Tried to get a picture of the closest one by the hide. And avocets, shelduck, juvenile shelduck, and juvenile avocets, and redshank. Sadly, not the spotted kind. It's amazing watching all the whoop. Falling over. It's amazing watching all the birds lift up and the racket they make when anything goes over. And it doesn't have to just be a raptor; it can be a gull. Yeah, and these gulls are ferocious. I mean, obviously, I've got a picture of a black-headed gull with a lapwing chick. So you imagine what a herring gull or a greater black-backed gull could do. Easily swallow a big chick. I think we're quite safe for the weather here, so I think I'm going to get more good action on the track rather than sitting there. It does get a bit tiresome, just avocets and terns and common terns. Mixture of sort of chicks and juveniles. I think I can hear a yellow wagtail. It's either yellow or grey. I saw it take off when all the birds take sort of the wagtail there, and also off to my left there was quite a huge hare happily eating in the grass. So I got what I could of that through the reeds. It's quite spectacular scenery at the moment. You've got the sort of grey clouds over here. I've already checked. I think I'm quite safe until about 5:30, so there's no panic to get back. We really didn't have the rain here, so it was definitely the good decision to come today. Yeah, it just bypassed Elmley quite a lot. There was a couple of showers, but nothing to be crazy about. And yeah, just off to there, it's clear and dry. I'm just trying to do little catch-ups, and on the track just before I got out to come here, I finally got this. I stopped 3 times to try and catch this little grebe having a preen. And so I got him, he's always in that area off the, I think it's gate 3 off to the right. And I've got footage of him from my last films, earlier in the year, of them picking up fish and diving. Very jumpy birds. And there's a marsh area about to go over in front of the Wellmarsh Hide, and it's going to kick everything up. Is it? I tell you what, this scenery is madness. Look at it. Let's have a little scoot around. There's a marsh area up there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, you can see. I'm trying not to spin it because when people have people. One person said I spin the camera around too much sometimes. So we just do it gently, seeing as we're up on a mound here. I can feel the cool breeze from the rain that's hammering that side of the island. So now I know the rain isn't coming in, I might try for some swifts along here if the wind slows them down enough. Lighting isn't great. I'm going to have to use a high ISO. But don't you just love the way when you get that bright foreground and dark sky, it just makes it the perfect video or photo. It's just something very dramatic. Listen to me, being all dramatic myself. Phew, just got hammered by the rain. Next time when I say to myself, Justin, why don't you just put your waterproof trousers on and boot and Wellingtons, and you don't have to worry about it. Just do it, because the bottom half took the brunt. But those boots are really good. 90 quid they cost, and they've lasted, I think it was about a year and a half. They're brilliant. So my golf umbrella took the strain. I didn't bother getting out my poncho. But anyway, birds. So I came out of the hides, I went over the mound. Probably a little wren. I went over the mound and I heard a reed bunting singing. It was quite loud. And as I sort of went towards this gate, I could see it just sitting in the bush, just singing loudly. Very, very clear. Sorry, what are you? Hello? Just trying, this bird's sort of jumping all over the place. It's, I bet it's a sedge, and I haven't got a sedge this year. What is that? So it looks like a juvenile reed warbler. Yeah, feeding its chicks, has just grabbed the bug. I might stand here and try to get a picture of it, actually, because anyway. So yeah, I've got this lovely crystal clear view and great song from my male reed bunting. And then just in the video, you can hear the pings of Reedlings starting to come in. And then one, yeah, there he is over there. He's probably going to fly over. Keep an eye. Reed warbler. And you hear the pings, and then a juvenile appeared on a reed, and my camera was trying to find. Please focus, please focus. I've got to get practice going from manual to auto, because it's going to cost me some shots. But eventually it sort of worked its way up the reed a bit, and I got some footage. My first Reedling footage, juvenile. I did see a male. Here's a couple of seconds, it was gone. But that was quite surprising, because I didn't expect to see it today with this wind. But as you can see, the wind has calmed down. Obviously that mound there takes the brunt of it. Okay, he's not coming back. I'll give it a couple of minutes before I go back to the cab. But apart from that, it's that was a good little bit of footage I got. I've seen quite a few reed warblers, but I couldn't get my camera through the reeds to focus on them. Well, that's the end of it. It's another great day, even though the rain hammered me for quite a bit of it. I thought I'd get one little bit in before the rain starts again. So when I last spoke to you, I was talking about those reed warblers, and I got one land on a reed, and I took so many pictures that when I flicked a video, I thought, why is the screen blank? And it was buffering from the photo. So I only got a few photos, but some nice sharp ones of a reed warbler. Went back to the car park. Somebody mentioned the short-eared owl. I heard it behind me. I was like, I didn't really still. Anyway, we'll be open-minded. We got back to my cab, and there was a juvenile, I assume juvenile pheasant sitting on the fence, just chill as anything, just looking a bit kind of miserable in the rain. and there were some hares eating right in front of the car park. And it's then that I sort of, wait a minute, that post looks a bit long. And sure enough, there was a really wet, long, short-eared owl there. So a little bit of footage to say I'd got it. Obviously other people spotted it as well. It's always amazing, you think no one else is going to see this, but everyone's got as eagle eyes as you have, because everyone's been doing it as long as you, if not longer. So I went along the track and everything's cleared off for the rain. So no more sand martins or swallows on the wires, no more buzzers on posts, everything's gone because of the rain. So I was hoping that I might strike it, lightning strike twice with the short-eared owl, and would be on that fence that I saw the last time, a couple of weeks ago, but it wasn't. So I don't know where it went hunting. But yeah, look at that, that divide in the sky there. So I had a great day. I'm going to have to get home and work on this. It won't probably be up for a day or so. But yeah, never felt I might come for the friend. The reason I came today is because the Friends late opening is next Thursday. But if it's really raining, then I'll have missed my chance to come at all. And on Sundays they open till 6. 5 is a bit short. 6 just about does it. But always glad I come. Always get something. I always find something. Got a few firsts for video. No lifers, no anything like that. I didn't get my spotted redshank. They will come. I remember how long it took me to get the first spotted redshank. The standard one, not the adult breeding ones. So they will eventually. There it is, right in front of me. I've waited all this time. Don't worry, you know. So signing off. I hope you enjoy the video.